In the previous episode, Michiko and Yutaro take Aki to a special facility, explaining that making a contract with a strong devil will mean the contract should be brutal. Then they take him to cell 108 and tell him that they want him to make a contract with the devil inside, the future devil. Now Aki enters the cell of the future devil, who keeps repeating the words "the future rules," and he wants Aki to say it too. However, Aki ignores him and explains that he is there to form a contract with him and asks him what he wants in return. The future devil notes that Aki has a bad attitude. He wants to see Aki's future and then will decide if he wants to form a contract. He tells Aki to stick his head into the hole in his gut. Aki is surprised but still sticks his head. After a few moments, the future devil laughs and states his condition for the contract. He wants to live in Aki's right eye and grant him his power. The future devil says that Aki's face is asking if that's all, and explains it's because Aki's death is in the future rules. He starts telling him how he will die, but Aki stops him, not wanting to listen, and tells him to enter his eye. However, on the other hand, Kishibe beats Denji and Power once again. He congratulates them on their try and tells them they no longer need to do this each day, but once a week. He tells them to keep their heads cool and not forget what weapons they have. Kishibe then explains that they will be doing live combat training as they will be attacking the Snake Devil Woman and Katana Man. Everyone from the new Division 4 will be involved, but if they fail, the division will be dissolved, and Kishibe will get rid of Denji and Power. Denji says that if it comes to that, he will show mercy and spare Kishibe's life as he made him stronger. Later, Kishibe meets with Makima, who hopes that he will continue to train Denji and Power. But Kishibe tells her that he is tired of them already, and each time the dogs he trains they end up dying. He drinks more because of it. He knows that won't happen with toys, but he guesses that due to his age, even he started to get attached to them. Kishibe is sure that the public safety wasn't clueless about the attack on the divisions and asks Makima if she knew about it. He clarifies that he doesn't care about her plans or how many of his dogs die as long as she serves mankind's interests. Makima says she wants to save as many people as possible from the devils, and if the operation succeeds, Division 4's existence will become part of the public record. That way, they will have more freedom and be able to save more people. Kishibe then calls her a liar. Katana Man and Akane are in their hideout with other men. Akane says that even if they run, there is no place that is safe from Makima. She tells the other men that they don't need to worry about Katana Man. Even if he dies, he can be brought back to life, but the rest of the men need to be careful not to get bitten. They wonder what she means, and Katana Man explains that they have a secret weapon left by his grandfather, and underneath them, there is an army of zombies made from people who couldn't pay their debt. Then Akane says that if a human who gets bitten by a zombie becomes a zombie. Yutaro heard that Aki is after the gun devil and asks him if he really believes he can take him down, considering he just lost to another person. Yutaro reveals that he also joined public safety because he has a grudge against the gun devil, but he isn't trying to kill him as it's impossible. Yutaro gets angry when he sees Aki, who he thinks is weak, pretending to be tough. Aki doesn't care what they say and tells them to sit back and watch, and if he ends up dead, they can laugh at him. After dropping Aki at the public safety, Yutaro throws a drink at him, telling Aki that he is still rooting for him even if he gets angry when he sees him. He gives him an advice, saying that everyone who works in the special division is crazy, so he must watch for himself. Makima meets with the current yakuza boss that Katana Man belongs to. He explains that he heard they got into a fight with some of the younger members of his group, but assures her it wasn't on his orders. He shows a picture of Akane and says he heard she was behind it and got them into deals with the gun devil. Makima asks him what kind of deal they made with the gun devil, and the boss tells her that they gave the gun devil 20,000 yen in exchange for guns and ammunition. Makima then asks the boss to write down the names of everyone in his organization who has a contract with the gun devil. The boss agrees, thinking that she will just throw them in jail for some time. But Makima wants the names of other yakuza families too, not just his organization. The boss says it's stupid because if the other families find out, it could start a war between them. The man asks Makima if she has heard of the term necessary evil, and explains that if they end up wiping themselves out, it will open Japan to the foreign mafia. The Chinese and Russian mafia is even worse than them, and they are currently keeping those foreigners away. Makima then brings out a paper bag, and the man jokes that a bribe won't change his mind. However, Makima explains it's not money but things belonging to the families of all the men in the room, and it's the eyes of their lovers, wives, grandparents, siblings, and other relatives. The man checks the bag and is shocked to see it full of eyes. Makima then explained that they had someone who could return the eyes without any problem, and if he cooperated, she would introduce him to that person. One of the men grabs Makima by the shoulder, wanting to punch her, but he stops and his nose starts bleeding, and then he falls to his knees. Makima says coldly that he uses necessary evil as an excuse for his actions, but society doesn't need his excuses. The special division and the police surround the hideout of Katana Man. Aki wonders what the plan is, but Kishibe says there is no plan, and they just have to enter. Aki, Denji, Power, and Kobni then enter. Shayna and Furuno introduce themselves to Kishibe, but he tells them that the police and Division 2 just need to keep the entrances to the first floor and basement sealed off, while the Special Division will take out the terrorists. Kishibe also says that the Special Division is made up of non-humans, and if they let one of the guys escape, it could cause worse casualties than the terrorist attack. Kishibe then explains the members so that they know whom they may need to engage. First up is Beam, a shark fiend. He enters the first floor through the wall, and seeing the zombies, he gets excited about how much he can eat. Kishibe explains that he can swim inside any surface and can transform his head into his devil form for a few moments. Beam is eating zombies and tries to bite a hooded man, but gets kicked. He then apologizes to Golgali, the violence fiend, explaining that he had mistaken him for a zombie. Kishibe explains that devils become weaker when they become fiends, but even as a fiend, the violence fiend is quite strong. He wears a gas mask that dispenses poison gas, and it must stay on no matter what. As Golgali beats up some zombies, he sees a woman and tells her to leave since if she gets bitten, she will turn into a zombie. As she turns towards him, he realizes that she is a devil too, namely Princei, the spider devil. Kishibe says that most of the time, she assumes a human form and that humanoid devil tend to be friendly. Princei turns into her devil form and starts killing zombies. A zombie head then rolls over and hits the leg of the angel devil, who gets annoyed that it dirtied his shoe, but then picks the head and starts eating it. Kishibe explains he is a special case and has no enmity towards humans, but they need to stay away from him as physical contact gets their lifespan drained away. The angel devil then asks Aki for a handkerchief that he can borrow. Aki then gets close and gives him a handkerchief, which surprises angel devil that he came that close. Suddenly, a man shows up and tries to shoot Aki, but the angel devil uses his wing to protect him. Aki then runs and knocks out the man and tells angel devil to take the man outside. The angel devil is annoyed that he got ordered, but he prefers it to fighting. Aki then tells Denji, Power, and Komi to leave the zombies to the fiends, as they will be going after Katana Man and Akane. Hearing this, Denji asks if he knows where they are, but Aki says no, and they will be splitting up. Aki goes to the 4th floor, where a man comes out from one of the rooms and tries to shoot him, but Aki dodges and then knocks out the man. However, 4 more men then come out and Aki prepares to fight them, but one by one, the men start bleeding from their noses and collapse. Aki continues to search and eventually finds Akane. He tells her to come with him quietly, but Akane summons the Snake Devil, telling Snake Devil to spit it out. The Ghost Devil then appears in front of Aki, and Akane orders it to kill Aki. The Ghost Devil attacks him, but he starts cutting its arms one by one using the Future Devil's power, as it lets him peek a bit into the future. Despite his best efforts, the Ghost Devil is still too strong and manages to grab Aki by the neck. Akane then orders the devil to choke him to death. And that's the end of the video. If you enjoyed watching it, please consider subscribing to the channel. I'll be uploading more videos just like this, so I'll see you at the next one.